Year of the Dragon. Have you thought about it much?
Yes, I have actually.
To be a dragon?
I have actually.
Yeah,
I haven't thought about what it means to be a dragon.
I've tried, but I haven't got anywhere with it. But so, and just to give you some background as well, because I had no idea, but the Chinese New Year works on a different calendar. I know it moves each year. It's a bit like Easter. You know, it follows the moons.
Yes, the lunar cycle. Correct.
Yes. So it begins with the second new moon after the winter solstice. So it's normally between the 21st of January and the 20th of February.
Yeah.
And then there's a 15-day celebration until the next full moon, which this year is 24 Feb. So we're still in celebration mode. I don't know if you feel it. I feel it.
Yes. Very much so.
And the dragon's supposed to be quite an auspicious animal for the Chinese.
Yes.
And it's not just China, is it? Like, it's Chinese New Year, but Vietnam, there's a lot of countries that celebrate Chinese New Year.
Lunar New Year is probably a more broader way to put it.
Yeah, right.
Let me read you something. It's a list. I'm going to read them all out. Okay. Rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, pig. What do they all have in common?
I think I know where you're getting this. They're all real animals.
They're all real animals.
They're all real animals. But
I left one out. I omitted one. Yes, I omitted the dragon, which came after the rabbit, or should have, in that cycle. Now, the dragon, right, doesn't exist.
It's legendary.
What I'm going to say is it either did exist,
or it will exist.
That's got to be on the table. It's got to be on the table. There's too much dragon stuff going on in this history books. Or we're dealing with something which we would think may have looked like a dragon at some point.
I've got one more alternative.
There's a suggestion here that it could have, in an old Turkic calendar, it is replaced by a fish or crocodile. So, crocodile I could understand. Komodo dragon I could understand.
Yeah, it looks a bit crocodile-y, doesn't it? Like a dragon, sort of like scaly. Mm-hmm. I mean, the wings really separate a dragon. No, that's obviously. So, but what about this one? A dragon could exist in the future.
How so?
Well, a dragon could evolve.
Yes.
A crocodile with wings.
Yes.
Is that not a dragon?
No.
Does it need to breathe fire?
No. I don't think in the Chinese dragon cultural traditions that it breathes fire.
Oh, okay. But I'm saying we could genetically engineer a dragon, perhaps.
Or they could have been looking at, and let's not discount this, ancient technology. Perhaps there was rocket ships back then that they misinterpreted for dragons. So could be a rocket ship, what we're looking at here with this Chinese zodiac.
I like that a lot. I think you've hit the nail on the head.
Flying thing, breathes fire.
Yeah, it's basically an alien spaceship, isn't it?
Yep. Or an earthly one.
But they love the dragon. Apparently the Lunar New Year lovers love a good dragon.
Who wouldn't? But I'm sure that they would love a good ox and a good dog.
No, they love they like the rabbit, I believe.
Mm.
Give me the list of them. What were they? The pig is quite good.
Yeah, so rat, ox. So rat.
I think rat's actually pretty, but people like rat. I'm not saying people like rats. There's certain years are seen to be more lucky than others. Dragon is the big one. Like literally, women would have been squeezing their legs together to keep the babies in until the year of the dragon, because it's just that freaking lucky.
Well, if you have the choice between rabbit and dragon, stay in the womb a little longer because the dragon's coming. Like, that's way cooler than a rabbit.
They actually say there's baby booms during the year of the dragon. So every 12 years, these Asian countries that follow the Lunar New Year have big baby booms.
That makes sense.
They plan for it.
So after dragon in the list is snake and horse. Don't you think a dragon is pretty much a snake, a horse together? I'm not seeing a lot of these depictions with wings, by the way. Anyway, they just look like a long, scaly bad boy, but I could be wrong.
And China has one of the longest histories as well. So maybe maybe these alien spaceships are just creeping through in the symbology.
In all the depictions I'm seeing, there's no wings going on here for these dragons. They look like just snakes with legs.
Yeah, right.
Like a big lizard. So how much of that is just us, putting our own biases into it? Like we watched Pete the Dragon when we were kids. We watched Lord of the Rings when we were teenagers. Like we know what a dragon's supposed to look like in our heads.
Maybe they're chasing the dragon.
Yes. Do you think that dragons in film should go down the road of Jurassic World and maybe put some feathers on them now that we know that dinosaurs were probably feathered beasts?
Could be more accurate.
Would make more sense. You got this flying thing. Makes more sense if it's more related to a bird than a crocodile. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
I got an ad when I opened up my Steam, and it was for Goat Simulator 3.
Yeah, number 3 came out.
Number 3, and this just when you mentioned goat as being one of the
you don't want to play
Chinese
Goat Simulator 3?
Well, how are they at number 3? It must be that popular.
Okay, so have you ever played Tony Hawk's Skateboarder? Have you played Tony Hawk 1, Tony Hawk 2, the classics?
Yeah.
Well, this is just that, except you're in control of a goat. It's exactly the same.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Even when you jump on if you jump on like a grind and you do like a grind, it'll feel like a Tony Hawk game, I guess, in those times.
So is that pretty much all you're doing? You're cruising around like you're a skateboarder?
Nah, it's like, how best to describe it? The level design feels very Tony Hawk. Like the way that the world is built feels very Tony Hawk. Like there's jobs to do and missions to do. It'll be like knock the guy off the crane. You know those cool missions in Tony Hawk where it'll be like light up the signboard, and to do that you've got to do a big jump onto a power breaker or something, and then it turns the sign on. You know those sort of missions. Yeah. It's that kind of stuff, but you're a goat.
Okay, because it's $28 right now, 35% off.
No, it's not worth.
So it's normally $44 for Goat Simulator.
Yeah, no, it's on Game Pass, I'm pretty sure. So Game Pass is like the Netflix. It's like Xbox Game Pass. It's like Netflix, but for games.
Oh, yes. I haven't.
So I pay like $10 or $15 a month, and there's just hundreds of games.
So what percentage of games would you say are on there that someone might want to play?
It's people usually do it for one game. You know, like Microsoft Flight Simulator will come out and they'll be like, oh, I really want to play that, but I don't want to spend $100 on it. Someone wants to play, the FIFAs a year after they come out, because like all the sport games go up on there, like Madden 24 is there and stuff. And there's just heaps of game studios that Microsoft are buying up now. So they just add shit all the time.
And so how's it work? Do you have to download the game? You would have to play, right? You don't.
They've got cloud gaming. It's not very good. I've used the cloud gaming a bit, but I wouldn't recommend it. What's on Gale? There's that Pokemon one that I was playing. I'm not playing that anymore. The problem is that when you're given something for what you perceive to be nothing, meaning like it's the same with Netflix. You pay your $10 or whatever, and because you've got unlimited access to this content, you don't appreciate it. When you used to go to, like JB Hi-Fi, pick up a DVD with your birthday money, like that shit meant something. You'd go home, you'd watch it, turn it back, you'd do it again, do it again. And you really cared about it. Whereas now you can watch a movie for about 3 minutes and go, you know what?
Just give up on it.
This is shit. I'm out.